this immunity at the United States at high school level. It is also sometimes called values debate because its format traditionally places a heavy emphasis on logic, ethical values, and philosophy. The Lincoln-Douglas debate format is named after the 1858 Lincoln-Douglas debate between Abraham Lincoln and Stephen A. Douglas. In order to truly value a democratic process, paying respect to these debaters is necessary. The following speeches are given by Mr. Lincoln and Mr. Douglas, respectively. On June 16, 1858, Abraham Lincoln gave the following speech, A House Divided. Mr. Gentleman and the President of this convention, if we first know where we are and whither we are tending to, and if we better judge on what to do and how to do it.
You're okay.
We are now informed in the 5th year since policy was initiated the avowed object and confident promise of putting an end to slavery agitation. But under that policy, not only has it been seized, but constantly segmented. I believe it will cease until a crisis has been reached and passed. A house divided itself cannot stand. I believe this government cannot endure permanently, half slave and half free. I do not expect the union to dissolve. I do not expect the house to fall. But I do expect that it will cease to be divided. It will become all one thing or the other. If the opponents of slavery shall spread the further cause of this and place public mind or shall rest in belief that this is the course to ultimate extinction, or its advocates will push it forward until it becomes like law for all states, old as well as new, north as well as south. Have we no tendency to the latter condition? Let anyone who dares doubts contemplate the almost complete legal piece of machinery, compounded of the Nebraska Doctrine and the Dred Scott decision. Put this and that together, and we have another nice little niche, which ere long will soon become the Supreme Court decision that under the Constitution of the United States that does not permit a state to exclude slavery within its own limits. And this may especially be expected if the doctrine of care not whether slavery is voted up or voted down shall gain upon the public mind sufficiently to give promise that such a decision can be maintained when made. Such a decision that is all that slavery now lacks of being like lawful in all the states. Welcome or unwelcome, such a decision is probably coming and will soon be here unless the present political vanities shall be met and overthrown. Missouri, we shall lie down pleasantly, dreaming that the people of Missouri are on the verge of making the state free. And we shall wake up to reality. Instead, the Supreme Court has made Illinois a slave state. Our case then must be entrusted to and conducted by our most undoubted friends, whose hands are free, whose hearts are in work, and who do care for the result. 2 years ago, the Republicans of this nation mustered over 1,300,000 strong, and we did this under a single impulse of resistance to a common danger. With every single external circumstance against us, a strange, discordant, and even hostile elements, we gathered from the four winds and formed and fought against the hot fire of the enemy who was disciplined, proud, and pampered. Dare we be so then to falter now? Now the same enemy is wavering, reserved, and belligerent? The result is not doubtful. We shall not fail. If we stand firm, we shall not fail. Wise counsels may accelerate or mistakes delayed, but sooner or later, victory is sure to come. To counter this, Stephen Douglas responded with the following type of speech, this one given on October 16, 1858. Mr. Lincoln will tell you why I will not argue whenever slavery is right or wrong. I'll tell you I will not do this. I hold that each state can do whatever it pleases on the subject of slavery. I will stand by this principle for the preservance of peace. If each state agrees to mind its own business and leave its neighbors alone, there will be no trouble in this question. We in Illinois tried slavery when a territory and found that it was not good for us. And without surroundings, we abolished it. Then we adopted a free state constitution, as we had a right to do. Here we have declared that in this state, that its Negro shall not be a citizen nor a slave. I hold that the people of the slave-holding states are civilized men as we are, and that they bear consequences as us, and that they are accountable to God and their posterity, and not to us. I hold that each state can do what it pleases on the subject of slavery. Therefore, the moral and religious rights of the slavery question within their own limits. I assert that we had to adopt our system of policy as Missouri had to adopt theirs. So it is with every other state in this union. Stand by this great principle. Stand by this great constitutional right, and we can go on, and Mr. Lincoln will find that this republic can exist forever, divided into free and slave states, as our fathers have made it, and each state has decided. Stand by this great constitutional right, and we can go on increasing in wealth, in power, and population until we become the admiration and terror of the world. We can enlarge as our population increases and requires more room until we become one ocean-bound republic. Under that principle, the United States can perform that great mission that Providence has marked out for us.